everyone, my name is Gary Hills. I am the President of the Queensland Air Museum Caloundra, and standing next to me is Air Vice Marshal retired Julie Hammer, the Queensland Air Museum patron. We are both volunteers here, as indeed are all 140 of us. Today we would like to give you an update about our efforts to acquire one of the recently retired A-18 Hornets, the so-called Classic Hornet.
In 2018-2019, QAM submitted an expression of interest to the Director Disposals Projects Department of Defence, indicating our keen desire to be allocated one of the Hornets. This was in keeping with the fact that QAM is a not-for-profit charitable enterprise, boasting Australia's largest and most diverse collection of aviation artefacts, with annual visitor numbers around 25,000 people. Our collection, built up painstakingly by our volunteers through the years and preserved for the benefit of the community, includes every fighter jet historically operated by the RAF, except a Hornet. Add to this the fact that QAM has demonstrated its capacity to conserve and display airframes of many types, including our General Dynamics F-111C, which has been maintained in pristine condition since it was delivered to us in 2013. Delivered after a vigorous, protracted campaign, I might add. More on that later. After submitting the expression of interest and taking part in a briefing from Defence Capability, Acquisition and Sustainment Group, QAM heard nothing. In September last year, 2023, it was revealed to us that an informal conversation with someone in the know that 8 Classic Hornets had been set aside, prepared and delivered to 7 heritage organisations around the country, with none allocated to Queensland, and that this left 41 airframes scheduled to be shredded. This disheartening, deeply troubling news led us to inquire of our members, currently over 400 of them, what they expected of us. The very strong response was that this was unacceptable, and we were enthusiastically encouraged to launch a campaign to obtain a Classic Hornet. I might add that QAM is no stranger to this process. As mentioned, our F-111 only came to us after a protracted and vigorous campaign, during which we were told repeatedly that it would never happen. That campaign elicited the support of a wide range of local, state and federal community leaders and culminated in a public petition signed by some 10,000 people. F-111 A-18 is now on display every day and continues to be loved and admired by the people of Queensland. QAM refused on good grounds to take no for an answer at that time, and we now find ourselves in that unenviable situation once again.
Why a Hornet? Well, apart from the reasons that have already been mentioned, it is inconceivable to us that Queensland would be denied the opportunity to preserve a Hornet airframe when the Hornets have had such a significant role in Queensland. In September of 2023, we wrote to the Minister for Defence seeking his action to allocate us a Hornet. Our request was referred to the department, who promptly replied that no further resources were available to prepare, declassify, demilitarise and deliver any additional heritage aircraft. A follow-up letter to the Minister in October met with a similar rejection of our request in December. Concurrently, in October, we began to put the word out that we were seeking support and also seeking some understanding of what had occurred. We wrote letters to local, state and federal elected representatives of all political persuasions seeking letters of support. And I stress that QAM is not partisan. For us, this is not a party political matter. The very positive response from across the political spectrum was indeed heartening. After many letters and replies, we were contacted in March by the Office of the Minister for Defence, offering to set up a meeting with QAM officers to clarify a way forward. Unfortunately, while this meeting did provide us with details that had previously been a mystery to us, relating to the process by which those 8 Hornets were selected and preserved, we are left with nowhere to go, except to renew our calls for support from the community leaders and to launch this electronic petition to the Australian Parliament in the coming weeks so that the people of Queensland, and indeed our many supporters from further afield, can add their voices to this campaign. I stress that this is not a party political matter for us, but it is a matter that we cannot ignore. To simply take no for an answer and quietly just go away after coming this far would be to turn our back on our mission to preserve Australian aviation history and a betrayal of our obligation to our members, service personnel who have operated these aircraft on behalf of the nation and the people of Queensland.
When our e-petition goes live, we will make announcements in the press, on our website and on social media, urging everyone who supports the preservation of our aviation heritage to sign it. We ask that everyone share the link with family, friends and colleagues so that we can gather as many signatures as possible before the petition closes.
We are not asking the Department of Defence to build us a Hornet or to buy us one. We are asking that they not destroy one, but rather allocate one for preservation and display to the Queensland Air Museum. Thank you.